It's 2025 and I'm back. I'm back in the podcast share and I'm excited to be sharing with you new episodes of the Maximize Your Brand podcast. We didn't do too many episodes in 2024, but I wanted to make sure that I came back in 2025 to share with you more episodes that will bring value to helping you build a profitable personal brand business and teaching you how to build online business that helps you to gain more freedom in your life and helps you to replace your 9 to 5 income if that is your desire. And so today we're excited to be sharing with you on the topic of 10 habits to make your 2025 more productive. I'm excited about this episode. I'm excited to be back. I hope that you welcome me back with open arms, and we are excited to get started with 2025. There's so much more to come, but I'm here, I'm ready, and let's make it happen. What's going on, Maximize Your Brand family? So excited to be with you today. I am just excited that I'm back. I'm back. It's a new year. We're moving forward, and we're going to make this happen. Today, I want to share with you a episode that I shared live on social media called the 10 Habits to Make Your Life More Productive. And I want you to take notes and even share in response to some of the call to actions that I had in this particular episode. I want you to let me know your thoughts. What are some of the things that you truly want me to talk about this year? Who are some individuals I should interview to give you some great valuable content on personal branding and online business? And so without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into this week's episode. I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to comment, like, share, and let me know your thoughts so that we can create more valuable content to help you maximize your brand. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 habits to make your 2025 more productive. And I have my notes here. So if you see me looking down, I'm just kind of looking at my notes as I go through this live in this conversation. So not too long ago, I posted a video short or reel talking about that goals are great to have, but if you don't adopt the right habits, it doesn't matter what goals that you set, because your goals are only achieved based on the corresponding habits and the actions that you take to get towards or to manifest those goals. And so I wanted to kind of start the year off with this particular topic because what I know for sure is that we have to adopt the right habits in order to have a more productive year, in order to have the opportunity to achieve the goals that we set out in life. And if we don't have the right habits, or if we don't adopt the right behaviors, then we really are setting ourselves up for failure year after year after year, because we're not instituting or adopting new habits for us to achieve the things that we want to achieve. And in my research, one of the things that I found was an article that talked about the difference between habits and goals, or habits versus goals. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about that before I get into the 10 habits that make 2025 more productive. When we talk about habits versus goals, one of the things that this particular article said that habits are easy to complete. And what they're saying is that when you adopt a habit, that habit is something that you really want to, not really want to, but that you should be implementing every single day, one day at a time, versus a goal. Sometimes it's hard to actually envision the goal being achieved because it's so far away, or it's so big that you don't really fully grasp the inspiration of the goal. But a habit is something that you can easily achieve day by day. For example, one of the habits that I want to adopt was to work out in the morning 5 days a week. I can achieve that habit every single day and check it off. But when it comes to setting the goal of wanting a six pack, then sometimes it's kind of hard to kind of envision that goal every single day because you get up and you look in the mirror and you realize you don't have that six pack, right? But with the habit, you can check it off every single day and it's easy to complete that habit because I have to just get up, get dressed, get in the car, drive to the gym, work out, come back home, check. But I have to wait until I see the six pack from the working out to actually achieve the goal. And so habits can be easy to complete each and every day. I actually purchased a habit tracker at the beginning of the year so that I could check off the habits that I want to actually implement every single day. And it's been very inspirational and motivational for me to see that checklist as I'm checking off the habits. Have I checked off everything every single day? No, there's some habits that I'm still trying to implement on a daily basis that was not able to check off. Habits versus goals. One of the things that is said that was a problem with goals is that goals have an endpoint. And so once you achieve the goal, then you're on to the next. Versus a habit is many times something that you will have for a lifetime. And so habits are what you need to achieve the goal, which has an endpoint. But that habit is something that will actually impact other goals as you keep going throughout life. One of the things that also said that is what I just said. Habits are for life, whereas a goal kind of ceases to exist once you achieve it and you create a new one. So, one of the great things about habits is that a lot of times they're principle based. And a principle is something that you live by. A principle is something that no matter what it is that you do, the outcome typically will always be the same. For every reaction, there is a reaction. A principle of gravity, what goes up must come down, right? Whereas the goal, a lot of times, it changes as you go throughout life. Another thing that it talked about habits versus goals is that goals, or one of the problems with goals, is that goals rely on factors that are not always in your control. That when we set goals, there are certain aspects of achieving that goal that are not in our control. But habits are something that we control day in and day out because it's our responsibility to achieve the habit or to implement the habit every single day. It's similar to brushing your teeth. That's a habit that you adopt that is always in your control unless you're ill to the point where you can't take care of yourself. But that's an extreme. But 9 times out of 10, you establish a habit, it's 100% in your control to actually complete that habit. Right now, I'm just talking to you about habits versus goals, why it is key to really implement and adopt better habits so that your goals can be achieved. One more thing that it also shared was that habits are daily accomplishments. Habits are daily accomplishments, whereas goals can sometimes make us complacent because a lot of times, let's say, for example, you set a goal and you say, I want to achieve $250,000 in my side hustle business by December 2025. Well, you have put that goal all the way off, and sometimes it can make us complacent because we're in January. And so I may not have done so great in January, but I still have 11 more months to get that $225,000 in my side hustle business by December. And so you kind of get a little complacent and you're not really motivated to make it happen. Whereas that habit that you get to check off every day is the habit of, okay, what are the things that I need to do on a daily basis that will help me to get to that $225,000 in my side hustle? And so that's the difference between habits and goals. So let's go ahead and hop into these 10 habits to make your 2025 more productive. 10 habits to make your 2025 more productive. And I will elaborate a little bit on each of these as I am implementing some of these habits myself for my year. Habit number one, I want you to set goals for the quarter versus for the year. So, not too long ago, I read the book, The 12-Week Year. And in the 12-week year, it talks to you about breaking down your goals into 90-day periods. There are 4 quarters in a year. And so having goals for the 90 days versus for the 365 days. And what it does, it really makes things a little bit more simple to achieve because now you get to create the tactics or the habits or the task that you're going to implement each and every day to achieve those goals for the quarter. And typically, I would encourage people to only have maybe 2 to 3 goals for the quarter and not 10, but 2 to 3 goals that that are very important to you to achieve that will be instrumental to you accomplishing the overall goal for the year. And these are where the habits come into place. So for that 90 days between January and the end of March, this is what I'm going to do each and every day to achieve the goal for the quarter, which overall helps me to achieve the goal for the year. So, habit number one, set goals for the quarter versus goals for the year. And if you haven't read the 12-week year, I would recommend for you to read the 12-week year so that you can better understand how to break those goals down into small steps in order to get to the ultimate goal. Habit number two that will help you to be more productive in 2025 is that you want to do a weekly review of the habits and the goals that you have set in place. Sometimes I really recommend that you review it day by day, but I know how life can get sometimes. And so we want to make sure that every week, whether that be on a Friday or over the course of the weekend, I want you to review your habits. Maybe you have a checklist like me and your goals to see where you are for the week. What went well? What didn't go well? What are the things that you need to implement to help achieve certain things that you didn't achieve that particular week? And then maybe even write a small journal about how you felt and what are the things that you're going to implement in order to make it happen the next week. So start keeping track and reviewing your habits and your priorities at least once a week. I like to do it on Sundays. Sundays are good for me to just kind of decompress, review the previous week. What didn't I get done? What did I get done? What am I grateful for? And then how am I going to course correct this coming week that I didn't necessarily get everything done the following week? So, habit number two to have a more productive 2025, I want you to do a weekly review and set your priorities for the coming week. Habit number three, I want you to schedule your day the night before. Schedule your day the night before. This is a great habit to implement. It has really helped me to really have a clear mind every day because I already know what my tasks are for the day. But don't just stop by scheduling your task the night before or your day the night before. I want you to assign each task to a particular hour in the calendar, which is why I love Google Calendar, because I can go inside my Google Calendar and say, I'm going to do 90 minutes of implementation work at 1 o'clock. I'm going to work out from 8 to 10 a.m. I'm going to do 90 minutes of business development from 3 to 4, and I'm going to journal at 8 p.m. This helps me to just stay on task. It also helps me to be able to check that box. Done. Check that box. Done. So when you are scheduling your day the night before, when you go to sleep, your mind has an opportunity to kind of work through how you're going to accomplish those things. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go because you already know what you're going to do hour by hour. Even schedule your breaks, schedule your lunch time, schedule your dinner time, especially those of us who are in the gym often and we're tracking macros and we're wanting to eat at certain times. Schedule that in your calendar. It really helps you to stick to the habit, but also helps you to stick to the plan. So, habit number 3, I want you to schedule your day the night before to be more productive in 2025. Habit number 4, journal. We talked about that a little bit in habit number 2. This is probably one of the most challenging ones for me because I have a tendency to do real good at the very beginning of the year to start journaling, and then it kind of falls off over the course of the year. But with the habit tracker that I purchased, I have journaling in there. Now I'm able to go through my list of habits, go through my list of things that I say I want to do each day. And if it's not checked by the end of the day, it kind of gives me that motivation. Okay, Markeith, you need to stop. You need to journal so that you can check it off. Now, I've already had a couple of days where I did not journal and didn't get to check it off, but that's okay. I am developing the habit. I think there's a book or author who talks about it takes 21 days to solidify a habit in your life. And if you miss a day, then it's almost like you have to start over and start that 21-day process. So journaling definitely helps you to get all that stuff that you have on your mind on a piece of paper. Journaling helps to clear up your vision where you might not have clear vision. Journaling helps you to get all those thoughts out that you may not even need to say to somebody, but you're able to share those words with God and to help you get through whatever it is that you may be dealing with. And journal can also be you just journaling your gratefulness of all the things that you have in your life and all the things that you're doing and that what you're thankful for. So number 4, journal. Habit number 4 to have a more productive year, journal each and every day. Habit number 5 to have a more productive year, you should do the things you say you're going to do, period. Do the things that you say you're going to do. For example, I told myself yesterday, because I was scheduling my day the night before, that I was going to record a podcast episode on Thursday. And here I am recording this podcast episode, even though it is 7 p.m. I made it through the entire day. I thought I was going to do it earlier, but I told myself, you're going to record this podcast because you said you were going to do it on Thursday. And that's why I'm here live sharing with you right now, recording this episode of 10 Habits to Help Make Your 2025 More Productive, because this is going to be my weekly podcast so that I can get started with my 2025 and bring back Maximize Your Brand podcast, because I did not do that great in recording episodes last year. And I promised myself that we were getting back to doing our podcast, creating content, sharing value, helping individuals to be their better and best self. And podcasting and doing video is the way that I like to do it. And we're back doing it today. So, habit number 5, do the things you say you're going to do. Hold yourself accountable. Now, if you need to get an accountability partner to help you be accountable, that's fine. But I want you to be your number one accountability partner. I want you to hold yourself accountable to doing the things that you said that you were going to do. For those of you who are just popping in, just joining us, we're talking about the 10 habits to make 2025 your most productive year. And I just shared the first 5, and I'll do a quick review. If you're just joining for the first time, thank you for joining us for this episode of the podcast and this live stream of 2025, the very first live stream of 2025. Number 1, we said set goals for the quarter versus setting goals for the year. And I recommended you reading the 12-week year. Number 2, do a weekly review and set priorities for the coming week. And so I just want you to review all of the things that you said you were going to do that week. Did you get it done? What went well? What didn't go well? How are you going to proceed forward? And what are your priorities? Number 3, we want you to schedule your day the night before. Get on that Google Calendar, your iCalendar, or whatever it is that you use to keep, even if it's a paper calendar. Tell yourself what you're going to do the night before. Schedule it a time. I use Google Calendar so I can put everything in Google Calendar and assign a time to it. Number 4, I said that you want to journal on a regular basis. If not every day, maybe set the goal or the habit to journal at least 3 times a week so that you can get clear on the vision of how you're going to move forward, on the vision of what you want your 2025 to look like. Make sure that you are journaling each day or however many days that you set aside for it. And then number 5, we said, do the things that you said you're going to do, like I'm doing right now. And that is recording this live stream and this podcast for the week. All right. More habits. We've got 5 more. But before we keep going, hey, I want to invite you to become a part of the Maximize Your Brand family. And so if you are interested in building your personal brand, developing or creating an online-based business that helps you to get your freedom back, helps you to have more experiences with your family, friends, and those you love, you're wanting to start your own business as a thought leader and share your expertise to help somebody else get to their next destination, all you have to do is text Maximize to 615-422-4904. Text 615-422-4904 and text the word Maximize, and you will be added to our Maximize Your Brand family, as well as you'll have an opportunity to join our weekly newsletter where we're sending out tips each and every week on personal branding and online-based business. And so we want you to be a part of the family. So join the family by texting the keyword Maximize to 422 4904. All right, we have five more habits to make your 2025 a more productive year. Habit number 6, I want you to have devotion and meditation time. Now, these are in no particular order, but this probably should have been number 1 because this is the first thing I do each and every morning is to have devotion and meditation time. So once I wake up and I clean my eyes out a little bit, the first thing I do is I read scripture every morning. I pray and have time of silence to meditate, just to set the day. And what it does, it really helps, like journaling, helps to clear my mind, helps me to take deep breaths and do some breath work. It helps me to set the tone for the day. Now, are there some mornings where I don't do it or don't spend as much time? Absolutely. But I try my best to spend at least the first 30 minutes of my day once I wake up for prayer, meditation, and reading scripture. In addition to, I do my best to read 10 pages of a book of choice each and every day. 10 pages of a book of choice each and every day. Right now, I'm reading 10x is easier than 2x because I want to challenge myself in thinking bigger. I want to challenge myself in doing the 10x thing and letting go of 2x. I want to challenge myself in doing the most important 20% that will overall take care of the other 80%. And so I'm reading 10x is easier than 2x because I want to challenge myself. And so I think having that meditation, devotion time, and reading time is important to start your day, whatever it is that you choose. But I want you to choose something to help set your day up for success. And for me, it is devotion and meditation time each and every day is number 6. The 6th habit to have a more productive 2025. Habit number 7, create a morning ritual. Create a morning ritual. I've seen so many YouTube videos, so many different studies on having a morning ritual and how that really helps you to set your day. Part of my morning ritual is the meditation time and the reading. In addition to that, another part of my morning ritual is to work out pretty much every morning, Monday through Friday. If I miss a day during the week, I will go on a Saturday. But Monday through Friday, I have scheduled time, a part of my morning ritual, to work out from, I try to be at the gym between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. And I usually give myself about 90 minutes to work out, unless I'm teaching my class, and I might be at the gym just a little bit longer because I teach a class twice a week at the gym. But it's important to me to work out each and every day, Monday through Friday, at least 5, no more, no less than 5 days a week, so that I can just kind of get my body moving, get my body inspired, get my body motivated, and just have that feeling of accomplishment early in the morning. And so going to work out, in addition to my devotion time, helps me to feel accomplished, and I'm able to take that habit off, right? And so having a morning ritual is so important in order for you to just accomplish something in the morning. Another part of my morning ritual is I make up my bed every single morning. It is very rare that you could come to my house when I leave for the first time each day that you will not see my bed not made. My bed will always usually be made up once I get out of the bed, because what I have learned about myself is that it's hard for me to function when things are not in proper order. It's hard for me to function when things are in disarray. And so part of my morning ritual, and I'd love for you to share your morning ritual. Email me at markeith@markeithbrayton.com or share in the comments if you're watching this live. What is a part of your morning ritual? My morning ritual looks like this: wake up, clear out my eyes a little bit, read scripture, have prayer, read my 10 pages of my book of choice, roll on out of the bed completely, wash my face, freshen up, brush my teeth, drink my beetroot juice with my green powder as well, fill up my water jug, warm up the car right now during the winter, head to the gym, 90 minutes of gym time, back to take a shower to get my day started. That's my current morning ritual. That was habit number 7. Habit number 8. Habit number 8. I want you to learn to focus on one thing at a time. Ooh, that's a good one. Learn to focus on one thing at a time. My pastor, Pastor Daryl Drumright of the Temple Church here in Nashville, he gave 2025 the theme, the year of the one thing. And this is so important because a lot of times, especially for personality types like myself, I have a tendency to be trying to work on multiple things all at once, only to realize that it's slowing me down in accomplishing or completing the assignments because I'm time splicing. And time splicing means I'm doing something, I'm stopping that to go do something else, to stop that, to go do something else, versus just focusing on one thing at a time, completing that before I go to the next thing. So I want you to try it out. Try it out. Try focusing on one thing at a time. John Lee Dumas, someone who was a podcast mentor of mine, he said, focus is an acronym for follow one course until success. Follow one course until success, whether that be a daily task, whether that be a goal, whether that be your business, which I'm learning that each and every day. What's the one course I'm going to follow until it's successful? Then I can move on or add on things. So, habit number 8, I want you to follow one course until success. I want you to do the one thing. Do the one thing. Do the one thing. Habit number 9. Habit number 9, I want you to appreciate more. Every day, during your journal time, what are you appreciative of for? What are you grateful for? I like to at least write down 5 things in my journal that I'm grateful for, because that spirit of gratitude helps to open you up to receive more gratitude. It helps you to open you up to see the things that you are already blessed with and not focus on the things that you feel like you don't have. So when you're grateful, you open yourself up to see, wow, I have a roof over my head, I have clothes on my back, I have shoes on my feet, I have a car to drive to and from work or to and from clients, I have opportunity to travel, I have lights, especially during this time of winter, I have heat because there's some people who don't have heat. They don't have a roof over their head. And so be grateful for what it is that you do have, right? So that you can open yourself up to receive more, because we live in a space of abundance. We live in a space of abundance and there's more that you can receive, but do you acknowledge what you currently do have? Just the ability to sit in this chair, to have my health and my strength. So I want you to develop the habit of appreciating more and being more grateful is number 9. Number 10, last but not least, I think this is so important, something that I even have to work on more because I'm more on the introverted side and I like time at home, time in my own space. But I want you to develop the habit of surround yourself with positive people. People helped who help you to be your better and best self. People who help you to access your goals. People who help you to stay on course of doing the things that you say you want to do. People who encourage positive habits. People who help you to build your confidence in your ability and yourself. People who help lead you in the direction that you want to go in. Because, we live in a time where, we have so much negativity. I don't even really watch the news much anymore because it's just nothing but negative things always going on the news, right? And sometimes I know I need to watch it more just to be abreast of what's going on because there are a lot of times things going on in the world and I don't even know what's going on because I'm not watching the news. And I'll be talking to my mom and she'll share something and I'll be like, oh, I didn't even know that was going on. And so it's important to surround yourself around positive people who uplift your mindset, who uplift you, who uplift your goals, who uplift the things that you aspire to become and to do. Surround yourself around positive people. Find organizations that will lead you and guide you into doing community service and just different things that can come along with being a part of organizations that have people who are of like-mindedness. 10 habits to make your 2025 more productive. And we just got finished sharing the last 5. Number 6, hopefully I can remember these as I go through. I said number 6 was devotion and meditation time. Devotion and meditation time. I see one that I definitely wanted to say, so we might give you a bonus. Number 7 was to create your morning ritual. Create your morning ritual. Number 8 was to focus on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. What's your one thing? What's your one thing? Number 9 was be grateful, appreciate more in your life. And number 10 was to surround yourself with positive people. I'm going to give you a bonus one, because I have been taking this for granted for some time, and I know I need to do a better job with it, and that is sleep. You really do need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. How many of you, I want you to type in the comments if you're watching this live, if you're watching this via YouTube, if you are listening to this via podcast, email me. How many hours of sleep do you get on a regular basis? If you're watching this live, tell me, how many hours of sleep do you get? I try my best to get 7, but I notice that I'm not being really getting 7. I may be getting 6 at the most, sometimes 5. And as somebody who works out on a regular basis, I need to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep for the recovery purposes. And so I want you, if you're not getting your 7 hours of sleep on a regular basis, I want you to start developing the habit of getting 7 hours of sleep or more and see how differently you feel if you implement that. See how differently you feel if you implement that. Well, this is the first episode of the year of 2025, 10 habits to make your 2025 more productive. I kept my word. I said I was going to record the podcast for 2025 on January the 9th. And I did it. We accomplished it. We went live, we shared, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you each and every week, if not multiple times a week, where we have an opportunity to engage, to build, to grow. If you have any interest in, once again, joining the Maximize Your Brand family, all you have to do is text the word maximize to 615 422-4904. Also, I am a part of a digital marketing community called Digital Growth. And this digital growth community teaches you how to build profitable online based businesses. If you're interested in participating in the digital growth community and learning how to launch a profitable online based business in partnership with other individuals who are learning the concepts and the keys of digital marketing, I want you to type in the comments webinar. There's a free webinar that's coming up that I'd love to share with you. Type in the comments webinar and I'll send you the information that you need via DMs so that you can hop on this free webinar to learn more about the digital growth community and how you can start your online based business. But until next time, I always want to leave you with something positive to say. And so here is what I'll share with you each and every time we are live. Maximize your brand and create the life that you desire. Until next time, have a great rest of the day.